On Thursday, July 4th, our nation will celebrate 248 years of pursuing the prosperity of the great American experiment. As we all look forward to a day of celebration, relaxation, great food in the company of others, we should also take a moment to remember what this day of freedom means. Hello, I'm Senator Brad Farrin of Somerset County. As we look forward to celebrating our nation's birthday, it is my pleasure to join you for our Republican radio address. The rights of the American colonists and their grievances against King George III were well documented in our Declaration of Independence, which was adopted by the 56 delegates of the Second Congressional Congress on July 4th, 1776, in the sweltering heat of the Pennsylvania State House, a storied building in Philadelphia, now known as Independence Hall. Those delegates, representing the 13 original colonies, knew the risk. If the coming war was unsuccessful, putting their names on that document was the same thing as signing their own death warrant. Our country's founders believed the self-evident truths that all people are created equal and the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are inalienable to the human race. More importantly, they recognize that when any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter and abolish it. In essence, the founders said the rights and freedoms of all Americans, established and granted to us by birthright through that Declaration of Independence, as well as our U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights since, were worth fighting for. They were worth fighting for then and still are today. Freedom. Now that's a powerful word, one that is not enjoyed in many parts of our world. Yet with freedom comes rights. And in our society, with rights comes the responsibility to practice, preserve, and protect them. That is something I and my fellow Republicans stand for. We stand for freedom. But what does that mean? As we celebrate Independence Day, as we celebrate the freedoms in our country, what do Republicans stand for when we talk about freedom? Well, I'd like to take a shot at answering that for you. Republicans stand for the freedom of choice. Call it self-determination, making your own choices where and how to live your life. The choice of what kind of car you drive, or how you heat your home, how and where you educate your children. We stand for freedom from government intervention. Get government out of the way in all aspects of your life, in how you work, even in the taxes that you pay. Republicans stand for the freedom of happiness and peace, not fear, aggression, oppression, or war. That is why we believe in a government that secures our borders and provides for strong national defense. We also believe in being vigilant. Not all in the world share that view. Republicans stand for the freedom of expression, whether it's through free speech or the deity you worship. Self-expression and religious liberty are the purest forms of individuality, and no one should ever fear retaliation for it. We stand for the fundamental right of fairness. We are all created equal, and no person should stand over another. Instead, we should always strive to lift up those who have fallen beneath us to help them help themselves. Republicans stand for the freedom of people, not government to determine what is valuable to them and what is not. It's called a free market economy where consumers determine demand, not a government that tries to manipulate or influence it. And finally, Republicans stand for our environment. We all live on this great world called Earth. It is up to us to nurture it, produce and harvest from it, protect it for all of the generations to come. Republicans created the National Park Service, as well as the Environmental Protection Agency. And conservation of our environment is one of our longest standing principles. This Independence Day, we should remember the cost of our independence and the freedoms we enjoy today. Over these 248 years, 1.4 million Americans have fought and died, and millions more have served in our military to gain our independence and protect our liberty. We honor them and should appreciate that with our freedom comes the right and responsibility to protect it. Again, I'm Senator Brad Farrin of Somerset County. I encourage you to display our beautiful flag, gather with friends and family, see a parade, and enjoy a safe and happy 4th of July in our beautiful state of Maine.